Story 1.
Been with my fiancé, 36 female, for 10 years. Been engaged for 4 years, have 5 children between us, 2 together. We had the most amazing relationship, and the honeymoon period never went. That is until last year. October 2022, we lost our family home. Our landlord had to sell due to a family issue and we were not in a position to buy. Very stressful as you can imagine. We lived with her mum for a month, then moved into some temporary accommodation. December 2022, fiancé just started going out all the time. All day with friends, every night either with friends or on a full night out. I was home the whole time with the kids. Then, one morning I had reached the end of my understanding and I approached her about her always being out. She said she wasn't happy and that we were over, she hadn't had feelings for me for the past year and a half, and it was over. Just like that. Christmas was awful. I cannot express how much I struggled. I was very low at that time. We had decided it was best for the children that I didn't move out till after Christmas. I was okay with this as it gave me more time to try to fix things. January 2023, things started to dramatically change. I was allowed to sleep in the same bed, we were flirting with each other again, we were getting back to how we were before. I thought that this had just been a blip in our relationship, but one that made us stronger. How wrong was I? One night she went out with a friend and didn't get home till 3:30 a.m. I carried her to bed, she told me she loved me. I was so happy. I came down to lock the doors and her phone was like a hotline. I checked her phone, and it was our friend, who was trying to get hold of her at 3:30 a.m. I opened the message, and my heart was in my mouth. He had messaged her saying he was worried about her and to let him know when she was home. Calling her baby, and putting 8 kisses. I needed to know more. Maybe he was just drunk. I didn't have strong enough evidence. I replied to him pretending to be her and it all came out. The next morning, I approached her about it. She denied it until I told her I'd been speaking with him and to check her messages. She then broke down. She didn't tell me everything to start with, a lot of it I found out after. In a nutshell, the move had made her depressed. Our mate had seen this as an opportunity to take a shot with her. They kissed in a bar, were seen, went back to his house and slept together. She then continued to meet up with him behind my back while I was home watching the kids. She boasted to her other friends that she was starting a new relationship. When I approached her about it, she was devastated. She said it had been over since the new year. She said she realized what she had done and regretted it instantly. She begged me to give her another chance, take things slowly, no pressure, and see where it goes. I've already walked away from one relationship with children involved, I really don't want to have to with this one. I love her more than anything in the world, but I also hate her for what she's done. And it's not just what she did, it's also how she did it. She's been remorseful, she's shown regret, she's followed the How to Show You're Sorry handbook perfectly. She's gone above and beyond to try put it right. She's also never been angry when I've needed to ask questions and has been calm when explaining things. No matter what I ask, and believe me, I wanted to know every detail. I so badly want this to work. But I cannot get visions of them both out of my head. It's been almost 5 months and not a day goes by when I don't think about it. Then I get annoyed and go quiet. Sometimes it gets so bad that I can't look at her. At times we can't sleep together as I don't want to see her naked. Yet other times we're closer than ever before. I spoke to her today about how I truly feel, as it's only fair that I'm truthful about my feelings with her. I told her I don't think I'll ever be able to fully commit to this relationship now that this has happened. She got upset and said she has gone through the daily punishments without ever saying anything. She said she feels like I'm punishing her every time, over and over, but still, she's willing to keep fighting, even if it takes me a year or more to get over it. But that's the issue. I can't get over it. I want to, so badly, but I can't. I've booked some therapy sessions for this coming week, so maybe that will help, but who knows? It'll break my heart again, and it'll be awful for the kids, but a big part of me just wants to end everything and walk away as too much damage has been done, and I don't want to keep punishing her. It's not fair to her. Does it get easier? Is it possible to forget? To stop the visions and the anger? Please tell me that I'm making a mistake by walking away, as I really don't want to, but I can't live like this.
Update.
Sorry, I didn't properly explain the part where she told her friends. She had gone out on her friend's birthday. There were around 8 of them in total, including M, the friend, sister. Fiancé had texted M, and arranged for him to meet her in a nightclub. By this time, the party had gone from 8 to around 3 of them remaining no longer his sister. She went to the toilets, and he followed her. When she came out of the toilets, he grabbed her, and they kissed. Her friend then saw and she went crazy with her. This was the friend whose birthday it was. So turned around and went back home. That's when M and my fiancé shared a taxi back to his house and spent the night together. Word got around her circle of friends. They all said the same thing to her, that she had to tell me what was happening, or they would. But she told them all I knew. She said we had broken up and that she had moved on, and they believed her. Not one of them reached out to me, however. I've since spoken to them all and they've all apologized. 2 of them have cut ties with her as they feel betrayed. I've never really been that close to these friends, but I would have still appreciated one single message to ask how I was doing, even if they thought I did know.
My opinion. I'm sorry to say so, but I believe you should leave. She had this with your friend. And it wasn't an affair, it was relationship with this man while you were at home with your kids. She chose one man over you and 5 kids, she wanted to break up with you. I don't know what has happened with her and this man, but come on, I'm not sure many men want to have a real relationship with a woman who has 5 kids already. It was a little hustle for him, I'm sure he wasn't serious about her. When she figured that out, or when her friends convinced her of that, she understood her fault and, probably, decided to end this. Add to this that all her friends know about that. How would you feel in a company, where everyone knows what has happened? And that you forgive this woman? I'm not sure you will be the most respectful man after all that. Unless there are some steps you didn't mention, I suggest you leave. Kids will be an issue, but I feel you are a great father, and you will figure out how to cope with them, but you have nothing to do with this woman. What are your thoughts about this story? Let me know in the comment box below. Story 2.
I, 30s female, just found out that my partner, now ex, 30s male, of 7 years has been cheating on me for a year and a half with a coworker, B. Needless to say, it was a horrendous 24 hours. He admitted it was an emotional affair, with a lot of sexually charged texts and secret dates. My partner says they agreed a while ago that they would never cross the physical barrier of kissing, touching, sex because they didn't want to threaten the relationships they were each committed to. At one point a year ago, my partner asked her to leave her boyfriend for him, but she refused. However, they continued to meet multiple times a week, and in their text thread they talk a lot about how hard it is for them to remain committed to us, the non-cheaters, given the temptation that they feel for each other. Much of their correspondence with each other crosses the line. Here is the problem. She is engaged and is actually supposed to be getting married in 2 weeks' time. Apparently, the cheaters' plan was to stop seeing each other for the month of June, out of respect for her marriage. They would both be traveling in July and August and had agreed not to text each other during that time. However, in September they would both be working together again and were going to resume communication then. I wrote to her to tell her fiancé about the infidelity within 48 hours or I would do so. I then blocked her. She wrote to X to ask him to fix this situation, and he has been trying to convince me not to tell her fiancé. I don't know her fiancé at all, they have been together 10 years. X says that I should let them sort it out for themselves and not meddle, and I know for certain B will not tell her fiancé herself about the affair. B and X are under the impression that if they wait until September, the tension between them will have died down and they can be normal friends again. I am aware that I am in exactly the kind of situation that could turn someone into a crazy, petty person. It is extremely raw, and I feel some of those things. More strongly, however, I am 100% certain that I would not want the grief of unwittingly marrying a person who had been unfaithful to me. I would like to know. I would want an opportunity to make a choice about my commitment to an unfaithful partner before it is too late. And some Redditors might not believe me, but I swear to my mother's life that the primary motive would be to give him that choice. I do not care if her and her fiancé stay together after the revelation, and 99% of my anger is directed towards my ex right now, not her. Would I be the asshole if I sent her fiancé a message telling him what his wife has been up to 2 weeks before his wedding?
My opinion. Well, if I was this fiancé, I'd want to know about this. And I'd want to know this before the wedding. After that it might be too late. I think you should inform this fiancé about the affair his fiancée has with your ex. Then it is his choice on what to do with this information. But it is better to make an informed decision, than live in a good lie. He will find out eventually. Plus, if they didn't have anything physical, maybe it would be okay to him, who knows. But still, I'd give him this information before the actual wedding. Thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe on my channel.